We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We are here, waiting outside while Allie gives Spencer the pep talk. I don't feel comfortable out here. I'm scared a boogeyman's gonna come sweep me out because it still hasn't been Halloween yet, by the way. No, thank you. I was cranky, tired, and stressed. It wasn't a good combo. I shut my eyes and took a long, slow breath. Am I fucking falling asleep outside? Autumn had definitely fully set in. I listened to the leaves rustling through the branches. I should be more patient with him. Now that he knows the truth, we'll be able to work things out. It'll be a long road, I'm sure. I mean, this route, he learned quicker than any of the routes prior. It'll be a long road, I'm sure, but we'll be able to progress. I just had to make him talk to me. I had to make him trust me. Soothed with the cool air and sound trees, I started to doze off. I'm fucking sleeping outside. This is not safe. If he'll just tell me what happened. The sun was playing through my eyelids, but everything grew fuzzy as I drifted off. There was music, singing voices. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild. Am I dreaming again? I know that poem. This wasn't like the dreams I'd been having lately. It wasn't dark, cold, it was warm. And there were voices all around me. I was walking, going. Where was I going? What was the rest of that poem? Where was I? Did she go? I jolted awake the moment someone said my name. I was standing at the end of the driveway near the street, sleepwalking again. Oh, thank God, Mark, you're here to save the day, cause I'm fucking sleepwalking and shit. Broad daylight. I looked behind me to see Mark standing there eyeing me curiously. What were you doing? I don't... You look so silly. Adrian. I realized that beyond him, leaning on the open door of a silver car, which was parked in the driveway, was Adrian. I just shake off the grogginess as I looked at them both. What are you doing here? What do you think? Checking up on the Spencer situation? Of course. And seeing how you're faring as well. I see you left a bruise. Oh yeah. Touched my cheek awkwardly. I bruised easily. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is. But we have other things to worry about. Nothing like some slap on some foundation. That'll cover it up. Or concealer. Or BB cream. Or whatever. In any case, I'm okay. Allie's talking to Spencer. I needed some fresh air. He raised an eyebrow. Are you alright? Yeah, it's kind of a long story. I sleepwalk, apparently. I fell asleep on the porch. Didn't sleep last night. Apparently I was going to go for a little walk. Walking into the street while asleep is not generally wise. I'll be sure to let my sleeping self know that. I brought someone else to see you. He tipped his head toward Adrian. I hope you don't mind. Oh, you're wearing your gloves! I didn't even notice that. Of course I don't mind. It's a little late to ask now, isn't it? You just better keep it... No, that's not rude. That's rude. That's rude. Don't do that. Sure. Of course I don't mind. No, of course not. I'm a little surprised though. I mean, you know, you two drove all the way here without eating each other in route. But hey, that's an improvement, so I'm not complaining. What is this fixation with vampires and cannibalism? I wouldn't call it a fixation per se. It is definitely at least bordering on fixation. You keep bringing it up. Not my fault you guys eat people. We don't eat people. Close enough. Close though. You two are surprisingly close, aren't you? People keep saying that. It's only because this lunatic hates Shakespeare and needed my expert help with it. Yes, that's it. It is it. We're even pretending otherwise. Ugh, please stop talking. This is my house. You don't get to tell me that in front of my house. How is the conversation with Spencer going? Well, they're probably better now that I'm not there. He's still being all weird about me. But he's fine with Allie. Yeah, I guess. Sort of. She's kind of bullying him into being okay with her. Perhaps one of us should go check on them. Feel free, I'm staying out here. If I'm in the same room with them, I'm probably going to start strangling people. That would be unfortunate. In that case, I think I'll stay out here. I can imagine he'll want to see me. Then I'll go see how they're faring. I walked Mark to the front door and opened it to let him in. He shot Adrian a long look and nodded slightly before stepping inside. I flopped onto the steps again, rubbing my eyes. What was with that weird dream? And what was that poem about? It was already starting to fade again. He sat next to me hesitantly. Are you mad at me? I mean, you can be honest about it. Yesterday you were pretty upset. I'm not mad. Yesterday I was just panicking. I didn't know what had happened or if he'd be okay. He's a jerk most of the time, but he's still my little brother. I just felt guilty. If it wasn't for me, that wouldn't have happened in the first place. I'm sorry, I didn't realize your brother was in the club. I mean, you didn't tell me that he was just normal. But clearly he's not normal since he can see the club and everything. Adrian looked down at his hands, frowning deeply. Actually, the reason I wanted to come today was to talk to you. Oh? It's just that You and your brother, you're not the same. I shot him a sharp look, frowning. What's that mean? I don't know. Great! He gave me a long look. This conversation has taken this sort of odd turn. Were you really sleepwalking just now? I guess so. I don't know what else it would be. You did that a lot. Lately? Yeah. Why? He shrugged. I've never seen a sleepwalker before. It was weird. You looked at Mark, then walked right past him. You were saying something under your breath. Your demeanor was totally different than usual. What were you dreaming about? I don't know. It kind of slipped away already. There was music, and I don't know. Someone was reciting a poem. I shrugged. The dreams are all pretty similar. I assume it's some weird fate thing. Fairies, huh? What did you mean just now when you said Spencer and I aren't the same? Oh, just your life energy is really different from his, you know? Is it? Yeah, quite. I didn't know people could have different types of life energy. Different species in particular have some stark differences, different strengths, different purities. Oh, is this about me having super pure life energy or something? That's a fate thing. Yeah, but your brother, he isn't as pure because he's human? Well, that's sort of true. I guess that's what confuses me. Your life energy is definitely more pure than his, much more like that I've heard a typical fairy is like. I mean, I've never really, eaten a fairy. He gave me a pained look. We don't really refer to it as eating, it's more like absorbing. So you've never absorbed a fairy? No. Then how do you know what they're like? I've heard. Besides, I can sort of sense the aura, well, the part of the aura made up of life energy. That's why I didn't immediately realize you two were, I don't know. I didn't realize you were Fae at first because your life energy is pure, but really strong, more like a human. I thought you just took really good care of yourself or something. Then when I touched you that day in the club, you got a nibble and realized I couldn't be human. He gave me a disparaging look, but he didn't argue. He just bit his lip and looked away. Your life energy is so pure it burns, but because it's also really strong. It's like guzzling vodka? I wouldn't know. But well, yeah, technically we're not all legal to drink, right? As of right now. But I've never heard of a Fae with life energy like that before. I mean, they have weak life force. That's a pretty well known fact. So he was saying it was different than a normal fairy somehow. But when I met your brother, I noticed right away his life energy wasn't as pure as yours, but it's more so like a normal human. Human life energy just gets tainted by impurity so easily, but his isn't really like that. So I don't know, I didn't realize. Why are you telling me this? I don't know, I guess I was curious. I mean, even before I had to wear the gloves all the time, I never tasted anyone like us. Stop making me sound like a cannibal. We can touch people and interact normally. Despite that, some people want to do their best to keep us in a little bubble where we can't touch anyone at all. Anyway, your brother especially. I've never felt like energy like his before, not from a human. So what, like he tastes super amazing or something? Ultra gourmet? Adrian flushed and looked away. I mean, he was blushing when he was sucking the life force out of Spencer. It's not like that. I had the distinct feeling it was exactly like that. Probably kind of an awkward thing to admit though. I can't say I know nearly enough about this stuff to make a call on why our life energy is weird. Sorry. Spencer could just be a human with some distant Fae heritage making him a little sensitive. I don't get how you can be Fae when he's not. Wouldn't you both be half fairy or something? My understanding is that it doesn't work that way. Regardless of your heritage, you're either human or Fae, not in between. But neither of you have life energy that's human or Fae. I don't know what that means. But I do know half fairies are not a thing. Not in the sense you mean it. Well, maybe you're affecting each other somehow. If you're Fae, then maybe you're making his life energy more Fae-like. And if he's human, then maybe he's making yours more human-like. Is that a thing? That can happen? Can one person's life energy affect another like that? Sometimes, if you're in close proximity with someone, life energies can mingle, and the two of you are twins. I have no idea, really. I guess it could be some sort of supernatural twin connection, but I really don't know if that's a thing that happens. All things considered, I guess anything's possible, if I'm not sure it matters anyway. It doesn't, really. Like I said, I was just kind of curious. And in any case, I'm just glad he's okay. Me too, believe me, I never thought that something like that would happen. I just touched him, and before I realized it, well, maybe it was for the best that someone knocked him out. Mark said the same thing. He's a really practical kind of guy. To be honest, I was surprised. I mean, that he kept it quiet. I expected him to go straight to Milos. Maybe your expectations were just too low. Adrian laughed. You and Mark are really similar. That's exactly what he said. I just expected him to feel the same way as his parents, as my parents. Well, I suppose that Mark definitely thinks vampires need protection too, because Oh, sorry. Besides, you didn't do it on purpose. I mean, if you intentionally did something like that to my little brother, what? Well, it wouldn't be pretty. Really? I stood and dusted myself off. Come on, let's go see if my brother is handling things or if someone needs to knock him out again. Not me this time, please. He opened the front door, letting us both in. We could hear voices coming from the kitchen, but everyone sounded calm. I led Adrian that way. Nice place, thanks. He peered upstairs. Rooms up there? Yeah, Mom and Dad are the only ones downstairs. I see, it's kind of little, but cute. So sorry our house is little. We aren't board members of a multi-million-dollar company. In Greenwich, we headed to the kitchen where the others were. I forgot. These guys are rich. They were all seated around the table. Spencer was looking more awake and less disabled. They looked up as we entered. So, how's it going? Well, now that you're not here threatening strangulation, I can start again. Please don't. They all looked unamused as I said that. So you know everything now. Well, I guess I've had my suspicions confirmed. Hi. You're the one from yesterday. Yeah, I wanted to apologize. I'm really sorry. I didn't really mean to do something like that. That's what Allie told me. I hope you're not mad. No, not really. I cautiously made my way to the table and pulled a chair out. So, what now? Well, now we introduce him to Vilos. We still don't really know much about what's going on with him. Probably should get an expert opinion. Oh, my back. In the meantime, you two have to promise to not fight about this. Your parents still can't know about it. If you would just tell me what happened 5 years ago, I can tell you if you want to know, but I'm not sure it'll answer the questions you have. You say you have. You won't know until you try. Then I guess we'll leave you two alone, unless you think you need a referee. Before you go, I want to ask one thing. Will I be able to help with the research? What? If you really don't remember what happened, then all we have to go on is my word, even if I tell you. He shrugged. But now that I know about all this, I can help with your research, right? Well, I guess. Oh, you're so sweet, Spencer. I couldn't argue there, and really, I'd been talking to various people about helping. Now that Spencer knew everything, he could do it. I think it's a great idea, or good idea. You'll find answers, and Spencer will also learn about, well, everything. I guess so. I still want to hear a version of events, though. Fine. But yeah, you three should probably be gone before Mom and Dad get back. They'd probably have trouble believing you all three showed up to wish Spencer well. We'll go out through here. She and the other two left through the back door. I shut the door behind them, leaning my head against it. I felt a little like I was being left alone with the enemy. I turned around and met his eyes. So, about 5 years ago. Chapter 6, Changelings. We're learning about ourselves. It's so weird seeing Spencer here. Only October 23rd, holy shit. And this is the club room. I have been here before, you know. True story, you and Michiko have both been unconscious in this room before. That's not exactly something we're going to bond over. Ellie sighed. You two are both so cranky today. It's been a rough couple of days. I don't know why I'm expected to be happy about all this. You finally learned the secret. You've been on about Michiko hiding things from you. Well, now you know what she's been hiding. You should be glad, right? I know what she's been hiding for the last couple of weeks. That doesn't mean I know anything about the last 5 years. He's been saying cheery things like that since yesterday, but still refuses to give me any details about what actually happened. He doesn't believe I don't remember. Ugh, you two, come on. Let's just go to the library. Violet is waiting. Anyway, how exactly does that door thing work? You want the technical explanation? That would be nice, yes. Well, too bad. I couldn't explain it fully if I wanted to. Spatial magic is not my forte. I only grasp the basics. Cute. Oh, you think I'm cute? Ugh, are you going to be doing that the whole time? Maybe. Wonderful. Anyway, Spencer, I can tell you that the portal is connected to different places in real space, and the connection is initiated by a series of knocks or commands that you perform prior to opening it. I guess you can think of it like a phone. The knocks and incarnations functions like dialing a number. Once you've done them, the portal tries to connect with the other location. When a connection is established, you walk through safely. Except it's like a phone where if you forget to dial or get a wrong number, before you walk through, you die. Yes, but most people don't forget to do that. There's even a sign reminding you to knock. Yeah, well that's, that just got there, okay? No, your fault. Shut the fuck up. Let's not talk about that. Your fault. Thank you very much. So you nearly died walking through this door. Once. Anyway, come on. She knocked carefully, glancing back at me. I made a face at her as she opened the door. Spencer was decidedly less impressed by the library than I originally had been. He simply looked around with a deep frown creasing his brow. Interesting. And he's like, this is just a fucking library. What is so special about it? Let's get the books flying here. Milos was waiting for us at his desk. Fortunately, he'd already been given a basic rundown of what had happened yesterday, minus the part about Adrian. This is where we are going to stop for today. We are in chapter what? I don't know. Chapters... whatever. I remember the title was called Changeling, so I'm really happy that Spencer's now on board so he can help us with the research. I think by far this is probably my best story progression, my favorite story progression, because it isn't mostly focused on, you know, relationship wise and everything, and that's obviously that's what we're all here for, but the main story is also very important. So I'm glad the progression is going quite smoothly. I'm assuming we're gonna start learning more about ourselves, intermingled with like Marc or me. I don't know which one of us is gonna love each other first, but it's gonna happen somewhere, right? I hope. I pray. I need some Marc romance, please. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it.